If you don't want anybody getting between you and your goals, then this might be the episode for you. So sit down, settle in, and let's get going. Hey, Bo Schwade here, the man with the whip, and your host with powerful action principles for success. The podcast where we don't fool around. No fluff, no filler, we just get right into the subject. And today's subject is protect yourself from negative people. Now, if you've been listening to my podcast for any length of time, you know that I highly recommend that you set goals and you get them down in writing. I have prior episodes about this. All successful people have their goals in writing. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. It can be as simple as can be, but just get them down in writing. So if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't got your dreams and goals down on paper, you need to get to it. And once you get those goals in writing, you want to absolutely protect them and yourself from negative people. I highly recommend that you keep your goals to yourself. And I'm talking about family. I'm talking from friends around you. Unless you're absolutely sure that the person that you're trusting has your back and is going to support you the whole way. Because most people aren't. And it's not uncommon for us, once we get our goals all written, once we've got clear vision, it's not uncommon for us that we want to share that enthusiasm with everybody around us. But much of the time when we do share our goals, we just don't get the response that we thought we would get. We think everyone's going to be as excited as we are, but you'll quickly find out that that's not the case. And the sad truth is that a lot of people are intimidated by that because they don't aspire to go to higher places. They don't have goals. And they feel threatened by people that do. So they'll go as far as to mock you, to ridicule you, and even laugh at you, just trying to bring you down. I know, because that's exactly what happened to me when I wanted to become a professional entertainer. I was so excited about it, I had to tell everybody, I'm going to be a professional Wild West performer. And everybody looked at me like I had a third eye in the middle of my forehead and just mocked me and said, "You've got to be kidding. There's no way you're going to make a living doing that." They just thought I was chasing a fantasy and that I need to get back to some reality. But that mocking and ridicule did not get me down. It did just the opposite. Now, it's going to do one of two things. It's going to bring you down, or it's going to do what it did to me. It's going to anger you. It angered me, and it made me even more resolved that I was going to make it happen. I was going to make all these people, all these doubters, I was going to make each and every one of them eat their words someday. And several years later, I did make them eat those words. And it's not uncommon for entrepreneurs to feel this way. As a matter of fact, they've actually done studies on it. Studies have been done asking successful entrepreneurs, many of them, what was your number one motivator? And most of them say, people told me I couldn't do it. And that just made me want to achieve it even more. So if you have that kind of attitude, no one is going to get in your way. But unfortunately, that's not the case with a lot of people. A lot of people really care what other people think about them. And if you're not careful, you're going to find that these negative people are going to get inside your head. causing you to doubt yourself, and in severe cases, bring you so low that you actually give up on your dreams. It's like crabs in a barrel. I don't know if you've ever seen when they put a bunch of crabs inside of a barrel and it's got no top on it. No one will ever get out. And the reason is, one will try to climb out of the barrel and just be getting to the top and almost out, and the rest of the crabs will grab onto it and jerk it right back down into the barrel. The next crab tries to get out, same thing happens. This goes on and on and on, and nobody gets out of the barrel. You don't want to let that happen to you. And unfortunately, people don't mean to be negative. People don't mean to be doubters sometimes. Some people are just negative, and you know those type of people, and you know to stay away from them. But sometimes it's even people that are close to you. They don't mean to be negative, but inevitably they are. So for most of you out there, if not all of you, I recommend for you to keep your goals to yourself. Protect yourself. Keep your goals and dreams to yourself. Now, if you've already divulged your dreams to the wrong people and you've been mocked and you've been laughed at, well, then don't sweat it. Just resolve, like I did right now, right here at this moment, that you're determined to prove them wrong. And that's it. I'm Bo Schwade, the man with the whip. Make sure you subscribe so you know when the next episode is coming out. And if you're on Apple, I'd sure be thankful if you gave me a rating and even a quick little comment. I'd really appreciate it. So until I see you next week, love you, mean it. See ya.